Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. Alright, y'all. Today we're here to talk about Diddy again, right? Now, this video won't be that long, because I do just want to talk about it, and I want to read over these two articles real quick, just because, new lawsuits came out that are aimed toward Diddy, basically for sexual assault, toward a woman that is not named in the lawsuit. I wasn't going to do this video when I saw that it came out, but it reminded me of my video that we just did. We just did the video with the P-Cat dolls, right? Now y'all remember in the P-Cat doll video, we were talking about that whole Me Too movement that happened, a couple years ago with Terry Crews and Harvey Weinstein, and Kaya Jones was coming out in 2017 exposing the industry, all that stuff that was going on. And remember in that video, I was like, maybe these people felt comfortable coming out at that time. But it was kind of questionable to me, why it was all happening when this one major player was being exposed. But I didn't look at it to be sinister, because it's like, okay, that's what people do. Something like this happens and they feel comfortable to come out with their own story and finally name their attacker, name the person that assaulted them as well, because they feel strong about it now. In this one, we get Sean Diddy Combs accused in third lawsuit this month of sexually assaulting a woman. Number 3. This is in threes basically. Says singer Aaron Hall is also named in the law.
Thing is this, is that if niggas can't handle me, I'm not gonna never let them get my last name. If you can't handle my dick, you ain't getting my last name. So I've been single for 50 years.
All right now.
A whole lot of niggas out there, from Jamie Foxx to Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm gonna fuck it to death. I like the fucking public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I fuck. Like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house, they all see.
Alright, y'all. Now real quick, some of this stuff about Aaron Hall has been going viral around the internet, right? So I came across this article that says Aaron Hall comes under scrutiny for lyrics in his song Don't Be Afraid after he and Diddy were sued for rape. So check this out. Now, y'all just heard what he was talking about on that Vlad TV interview. This is him right here, Aaron Hall. Old face. I had to put a picture over the interview just because it's an old Vlad interview and I didn't want it to get copyrighted, right? So, y'all got to go watch the interview and actually see his face and see how he talks. And you will know that everything he was accused of, he did. He one of them dudes. I mean, you could just tell by the audio and the stuff that he's saying. Everything he was accused of, he did. He sounds just as bad as Diddy. So everything they was accused of, they did it. But look at this. It says the song contains a verse in which Aaron sings about having a woman all to myself with the doors locked and that she has no need to run. He sings, quote, "Now I have you all to myself. You can put all the other guys all on the shelf. No need to run and no need to hide. All the doors are locked, baby, and I have you inside. You can yell and you can hit me. It just makes me horny." Yo, that's crazy. He literally saying you can yell for help, basically, and you can hit me all you want. All you doing is turning me on even more. No need to run, no need to hide. All the doors are locked, baby, and I have you inside. That is wild. It's not funny, but it's wild. And y'all already know music back in the 90s, 80s, some R&B songs, if they weren't pleading and begging, they was telling you how they will do anything to be with that woman, to get that woman, the things they've done. It was the same back in them days. It may be more blatant today in rap and drill rap, and they admitting to murders and stuff, but back then they'll slide a rape line in real quick and it be disguised as a love song or something that they, I don't know, it just went past your parents and your mama head and your daddy head. They weren't paying attention to it, because it was in the name of good music. But this dude, he just get them vibes of a real old nasty dude, and I mean, what he say? He said Jody and Diddy all seen him have sex. He brought up Jamie Foxx, Denzel Washington. But bringing up these people in the name of, you know, his private area, it's like, why are you bringing up these other men? You know what I'm saying? The whole context of the conversation was just wild to listen to. And he definitely gives off them predator, super aggressive vibes, do anything for sex kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? Diddy more sleek and sly with it. That's why Diddy the worst. Because, he manipulative with it. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go into Diddy more. Oh, yeah. We're going to go into Diddy more with that Kim Porter video. But anyway, the woman identified as Jane Doe accused Combs and Hall of assaulting her and her friend in the early 1990s. So just to go over this article real quick. It says Sean Diddy Combs is being accused of a sexual assault by another woman who alleged in a lawsuit that the music mogul and the R&B singer Aaron Hall assaulted her and her friend in an apartment in 1990 or 1991. The alleged assault happened following an event at the offices of MCA Records. According to a lawsuit filed Thursday in New York Supreme Court, one day before the expiration of the New York Adult Survivors Act, which allows adult sexual assault survivors 1 year to sue regardless of when the original statute of limitations expired. And this was done the day before it expired. A spokesperson for Combs told NBC News, "These are fabricated claims falsely alleging misconduct from over 30 years ago and filed at the last minute. This is nothing but a money grab." So it says Jane Doe says she was shocked and traumatized. The woman identified only as Jane Doe says she and a friend met Combs and Hall, who is a member of the R&B group Guy, at the record label's offices for an event MCA was hosting. The friend is not named as a plaintiff in the lawsuit. The suit alleges that Combs and Hall were very flirtatious and handsy with Jane Doe and her friend and offered them drinks throughout the event. Toward the end of the night, Combs and Hall invited Jane Doe and her friend back to Hall's apartment for an after party. While at Hall's apartment, Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Combs, the suit says. After Combs finished doing his business, Jane Doe laid in bed shocked and traumatized. While Jane Doe was trying to get dressed, Hall allegedly barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to have sex with him. Following the alleged assaults, Jane Doe got dressed and ran from the home. The lawsuit accuses both men of sexually assaulting Jane Doe's friend that same evening at Hall's home. Upon information and belief, when Combs finished with Jane Doe, he and Hall switched, and they commenced assaulting Jane Doe's friend. Days later, Combs went to the home where Jane Doe and her friend was staying, became irate and allegedly assaulted and choked Jane Doe until she passed out. It says that Combs was allegedly looking for a friend because he feared she would tell the girl who he was with at that time. In addition to Combs and Hall, the lawsuit names MCA Music Entertainment Group and Geffen Records as defendants. NBC News reached out to Universal, the owner of Geffen, and they did not immediately respond. Then it goes on to say another accuser, which I guess this would be the third or the second one, a total of 3 in the month of November. She filed a separate lawsuit Thursday alleging that Combs drugged her and sexually assaulted her in 1991 while she was at college at Syracuse University. She said she reluctantly had dinner with Combs at a New York City restaurant and then accompanied him as he ran errands. And of course, they denied the allegations and calling it a last-minute lawsuit, which is all just for a money grab. Then it says another lawsuit was filed Tuesday accusing Harvey Pierre, the ex-president of Bad Boy Entertainment and Bad Boy Records, of sexually assaulting an unnamed former assistant. Combs' company were also named in the lawsuit on a 1-count gender-motivated violence and 2 counts of negligence. Pierre did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the allegations. So me looking at this, it makes me think about that because now P. Diddy is, he's the big guy that's being accused of all the sexual assault, which we know most of this is probably true. Doesn't mean these last 2 lawsuits are going to be, settled out in court or anything like how he did with Cassie immediately. I'm pretty sure he gave her a pretty big, lump sum in order to just hush this all up and make it go away. These 2, I don't see really going in that same pattern. Doesn't mean that they're not true at all, but it's giving me those same vibes of someone who's being outed in the industry, and then all of these other, lawsuits are coming up about this person and other people as well, not just P. Diddy. It's giving me that same vibe. And I say that because it kind of raises red flags, almost as if maybe this is more of a humiliation ritual for Diddy, or maybe some of this stuff is created as a distraction as well to kind of get it off of Diddy a little bit, I don't know which way I would truly want to go with it, but it doesn't, to a point, it kind of doesn't seem genuine. But at the same time, when we talking about Diddy, I believe everything anybody come and accuse him with. It don't even matter. Like, in terms of how it's happening, it's almost the same back, from 2017. Y'all know, this is why I had to do the video, just to talk about it, because we just talked about Jimmy Iovine in the Pussycat Doll video, where Kaya Jones was going at him as well for how he ran the label of Interscope when she was signed to Interscope, blah, 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 with, the Pussycat Dolls. And, how he knew about all the abuse and everything that was going on as far as the group being basically a prostitution ring. And so now we don't know if this is going to go through with anything except music mogul Jimmy Iovine accused of sexual abuse and harassment. And this is also in New York. So it's going up under that same act that just expired where, they could name their, the person that sexually assaulted him before it actually ended. So a lot of these are last minute lawsuits. For what reason, I'm not exactly sure, but it's exactly why I question it. So, real quick, it says Jimmy Iovine, co-founder of Interscope Records and the headphone brand Beats, has been accused of sexual abuse and harassment by an unnamed woman. Once again, a woman that's not named in a lawsuit. Iovine was served a summons ahead of a lawsuit being filed against him. The New York court document contains allegations that the woman suffered as a result of being sexually abused, forcibly touched, and subjected to sexual harassment and retaliation in violation of an anti-discrimination laws in or around August 2007, which was a very long time ago. A spokesperson for Iovine told Variety, "We are quite shocked and baffled by this alleged claim. No one has ever made a claim like this against Jimmy Iovine, which we all know to be a major player, basically owned Interscope. You get your hands just as dirty as Diddy." So I thought I would just bring this to the light real quick. I don't want to go too long with this video, but I want to just get y'all opinion on what y'all think this actually is. Like I said, I believe it all when it comes to Diddy. Even the same thing goes with Kim Porter. Now, the number 3 goes into her death as well, which we actually about to have the Kim Porter video up finally this Sunday. So, also wanted to let y'all know that in this video, a lot of people have been asking me to do Kim Porter for a long time. I don't know why I never did, but this is the perfect time to go ahead and pick that video out as well. So while we are along these lines, we'll get that video up this Sunday. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that video. And with that being said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this stuff that's going on. Is it basically people just being outed and the truth coming to the light? Because we all know God will make these things surface regardless. I don't think there's anything more powerful than the truth. And no matter how long ago something has happened, it's always going to come to light and people are going to be exposed. People think they get away with murder for 30 years and then, something, just the oddest things happen, and then that person end up getting arrested 30 years later after they've been living a long life thinking nothing is ever going to happen to them, and boom, now they face their karma and they face the consequences. So this kind of stuff, it kind of goes into the same line. People are going to be exposed, especially in that wicked industry.